All right, and the final question. You're stuck on a desert island and can take one apostle, theologian, or pastor, dead or alive. Who would it be? So we've come to a section in our show we like to call the Rapid Five, where I'm going to ask you 5 questions, random. It's supposed to be fun. Andrew's going to get 5 questions. These are for both of you guys.
Oh, gosh.
And just, give us whatever comes to your mind, okay?
All right.
So the first question, John Piper or John MacArthur?
John Piper.
Absolutely.
John
Andrew?
Piper, for sure. He's super passionate. I love his passion, man.
Not to cast shade on MacArthur. He's amazing too, but
he is, yeah.
John Piper just, I don't know.
John Piper!
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
All right. Second question. Child baptism or biblical baptism?
Well, that's an easy one. We'll go with biblical.
All right.
Yeah, we're 1689 Londis Baptist Confessional, so we're going to go with
Amen.
Biblical baptism.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Question 3. You're making a feature film and you have to choose one famous actor for your leading role. Who would it be?
Oh, man. You gotta think, who would I want to work with for an extended period of time?
That's a good way to think about it.
Yeah.
Maybe Kevin Costner.
Oh.
I think he's in many of these movies that I really like, which may not be
I love Waterworld.
critically acclaimed. Yeah,
Dances with Wolves.
Yep, Dances with Wolves.
Yeah.
Oh, Tin Cup.
Yep.
Tin Cup's
yeah,
a classic.
No, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
So, Kevin Costner.
Wow. Okay. So,
Andrew?
Yeah, the first one that came to my mind was Billy Bob Thornton.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why really, because I don't like him that much, but I'll just go with it. It went in my mind, and I just started thinking of Sling Blade.
Sling
He was amazing in
Blade.
Fargo too. Did you
Oh,
ever see?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was.
Yeah,
He was good.
He's good, man. So I'll go with Billy Bob Thornton just because that's the first name that.
I hear you got some good to eat. One of my favorites. All right, number 4. What one book besides the Bible has impacted you the most?
Okay. I think that would be the Gulag Archipelago by Alexander Solzhenitsyn. It's this book about that he wrote after being in the gulags for, I don't know, it was like 10 or 15 years or something ridiculous like that.
Tell us what the gulags are.
That was in Soviet Russia. The thing about communism is that whereas with capitalism you have millions of people, all their inputs go into the economy to make the best decisions, in communism you got a small panel making millions of economic decisions for everybody else. So inevitably that's where it fails. So in that, and the party is sacrosanct. It's the party is God. The party takes the place of God.
Right.
Okay.
So anybody who disparages the party, anybody who says anything bad about the party, they have to be dealt with.
Okay.
And so the Gulag is where these people, they were labor camps. They were forced labor camps. And I mean, if you want to see some horror stories, just look up, that on the internet. It's horrific. It's really...
Hashtag socialism?
Yes, indeed, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Which, this is a side note, but it's scary to see how many people actually back socialism nowadays.
Oh, my
who
goodness.
just
Sure.
don't have the first clue about what it leads to. I mean, you can look at Venezuela right now where they're eating dogs and cats. There's mass starvation, civil unrest. That's the fruits of socialism.
Yeah.
It's, it's theft at the heart of it.
Mm-hmm.
I heard one story where it was cheaper in Venezuela electricity was really cheap because it was, government would put a price ceiling on it.
Oh,
So
benefits of socialism. Cheap electricity. Okay, well.
Yeah.
But on the other side...
So what was happening was people were mining bitcoins because it was profitable because electricity is so cheap. So then the government makes that illegal because they were doing that to gain some kind of economic upper hand. And the police confiscated the Bitcoin miners and started mining the Bitcoins themselves.
Oh my goodness.
So, yeah, it's another just example of it's terrible. It's but anyway, getting back to it, they the gulags are these forced labor camps. So he spent a long time in there, getting tortured, seeing people killed left and right. And then afterward, he wrote the book from memory, and it's huge. It's like 1,500 pages or something ridiculous like that. It's a really thick book, but it definitely impacted me. I think before I was saved, I used to think socialism was a good idea. Didn't know the first thing about it, but I think that should be required reading for everybody in this country. For everybody, period.
So we don't repeat history.
Indeed, yeah. It's definitely not a Christian book, but it shows you what unchecked human depravity leads to.
Wow.
So, absolutely.
Yeah, because under communism, the idea is that people are inherently good.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's from each according to his ability, to each according to their need. And what that means is, the deciders decide that. And some people are more equal than others. If you've ever read Orwell and Animal Farm,
Right.
So, yeah.
That's heavy, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not exactly a rapid
What's
response,
your
but-
answer now, Andrew?
Yeah.
That's not much to follow up on.
Right, yeah. So I'd say Holiness of God by R.C. Sproul was really good. Just because it kind of made me cry at one point. And it's kind of like a cop-out, I guess, answer, because it's pretty much just talking about the Bible.
Sure.
But there was that moment when Isaiah, has the vision where he sees the glory of the Lord. And he falls to his knees and he pretty much says, "Woe is me." He's like looking down. And the way that's described by R.C. Sproul, like, literally brought me into tears. Because it was just so amazing that even the fact of, like, an atonement was in that vision. Like, Isaiah, and, like, the most wicked part of his mouth, most wicked part of him, like his mouth, the Lord, had it burned. You know what I mean? There's like a pain there. And all of this stuff that R.C. Sproul goes into, I can't even begin to get into it, but I was like, whoa, this is beautiful. And even the seraphim hide their face and their feet from the glory of the Lord. But what's cool about the Bible and with Jesus is because of his sacrifice, it's his righteousness that we wear. So in the benediction, like, may the Lord make his face to shine upon you. And Jesus even says that we will see the face of God. Like, we have the ability, not by ourselves and our sinful nature, but because it's God's righteousness that we hold when we stand before him, that we'll actually be able to behold God in all of his glory. And angels don't even have that. But we will one day because of Jesus. And it's pretty beautiful.
It's an amazing thought.
Yeah, it's an amazing thought to think about, dude.
Wow.
All right, and the final question. You're stuck on a desert island and can take one apostle, theologian, or pastor, dead or alive. Who would it be?
Interesting. I would probably go with Greg Bonson.
Ooh.
Because I think you could spend an entire lifetime and not exhaust the knowledge that man had. So I'd go with Bonson.
Wouldn't want to have a disagreement, though, right?
Yeah.
You're always wrong, and this is why.
That's awesome.
I'd be a good apologist after that desert island.
Seriously.
Yeah, that's good. I don't know, for some reason, I don't know why this even popped in my head, but Steven Anderson. I'll bring him to the island. Because hopefully we could have long discussions about God and his grace, and maybe one day he could come to know Jesus.
One of you would be dead.
Yeah, that's
by the
true.
end of it.
Yeah, he's pretty smart too, so he might try to trick me into some things, but I think it would be a really...
So your hopes is you would evangelize him.
Yeah. I don't know why that popped into my head. I don't even know if I can
Turn the tables there.
It's
Yeah.
it's
I
like
recorded.
that.
We can't go back.
Yeah.
All right, Steven Anderson, Desert
Yeah.
Island. Andrew, let's set that up. 2020.
It sounds horrible. It sounds horrible now I think about it.
Make for a good reality show.
Yeah.
That would be a good Survivor, like theologians on different sides who like totally disagree with each other.
Right.
So you have all these like things that they need to do, competitions, but then you also have them always like debating back and forth.
Right.
That would be interesting.
I'm like, well, I'm supposed to take dominion right now. All authority on heaven and earth has been given to Christ, and now, therefore, go. I'm going to start building some things. I'm going to start doing some things. I'm going to act like Jesus is king on that desert island. So
Survivor season.
Yeah.
Survivor season 30. Arminians versus Calvinists.
Yeah.
Coming 2020.
I like it.
Yeah.